Parents of young children often experience stress levels comparable to those of the ICU nurses, facing constant demands, sleep deprivation, and the emotional roller coaster of child rearing. I'm so overwhelmed myself tonight trying to do this. This constant juggling of tasks, coupled with the overwhelming responsibility of assuring their child's safety and well being, can lead to significant mental health challenges. It's a stark reminder that the seemingly mundane task of parenting can be incredibly taxing, and it's essential for parents to prioritize their own mental health and seek support when it is needed. And we all know that a lot of us like to shy away from support because of shame. Hi, thank you for joining another episode of Wild'n Wiff Tess Nem podcast, where we will be discovering how we can love on ourselves as we do the tough parenting with our kids. Now, I want to introduce the concept of self-love because this is so important when you are a parent and you have kids, especially if you have multiple kids. But even if you don't have multiple kids, just having one other individual besides yourself to worry about is enough to bring on stress, anxiety, and all the other mental disorders that we don't like to talk about. Today we're diving into something that's often misunderstood, but is crucial for our mental, emotional, and even spiritual well-being. And I know a lot of y'all do not like to dwell deep into spirituality or your religion that you believe in because what y'all suffer with in the belief system, and that's fine. So I don't want y'all to feel like I'm just, have a target audience because this is for everybody. Everybody struggles mentally, and so I'm trying to, help us find ways to help us deal with these mental health issues because, like I said, it goes unnoticed, and a lot of people don't like to seek the help. A lot of people don't even want to be diagnosed or self-diagnose themselves for having just little gentle moods. Um, anyway, but now, what was I? Now when you hear self-love, it might sound a little self-indulgent, maybe even selfish. But let me tell y'all, it's far from that. Self-love is about valuing, nurturing yourself so you can show up as your best version in all areas of life. And if you are a mother, if you are a parent in general, because I know that I always get on here and I talk about motherhood and how that's a struggling factor because I am a woman. So I can't get on here and say that parenting for the man and how that is for him because I'm not a man and I don't know y'all moods and what y'all go through and how y'all deal with stuff with parenting if you are involved in your kids' life. But I will be bringing some men onto my podcast because I need somebody to, open up that side of the field so that it don't seem so one-sided on my podcast, baby, because this is for both genders. We all mentally struggle, and the point of this podcast, like I said, is to help us understand the mental health that we go through and how we can survive and deal with that. I'm sorry, yeah. Oops. No, you keep missing the wrong thing. So, yes, it's important to practice self-love with yourself. Um, because if you don't have self-love for yourself, if you wake up every day with some kind of grudge for yourself, some kind of hate, some kind of regret for yourself, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard for you to deal with anything or anyone around you. You're not mentally going to be prepared to be, dealing with anything for that day. So self-love has to be something that we practice to make sure that we can still show up for ourselves and for other people, especially if you have little ones that are dependent on you like I do. Why self-love matters. Without self-love, we allow the world to define our worth. And I see that a lot on social media. A lot of you need validation like a mug, and I get it. I'm not gonna say that everybody is not like that because we are human and we probably all seek some kind of validation from some foreign source or person or thing or entity or whatever. We all seek some kind of validation, and it's not, you know what I'm saying, it's not just, oh, I want attention and I need attention on me type of validation that we're all looking for. Some of us want to be accepted for being a kind person because we know that we kind, we have a big heart, and we love to give. So we don't seek the validation for that, but it feels good to have the validation that somebody recognizes you for being a good person and having a great heart. So that leaves us vulnerable to anxiety, depression, and burnout because we're constantly chasing external validation. But when we cultivate self love, we create a foundation where we understand that our worth is inherent. We don't need to hustle for it or wait for someone to tell us we are enough. And this is so important, man. Don't wait for nobody to tell you that you're important. You need to know that you are important anyway. Like I said, man, if you are a parent, and even if you're not a parent, but you are a caregiver, if you even if you are a caregiver of a pet, you still need to self love for yourself so you can get up and do what you need to do for your pets, right? And for your kids and for whoever you are caring for. You need to self love to be able to get up and put the strength into the people that you got to pour into, no matter how you are helping them. You know what I'm saying? So this is why it's important to tell yourself, I am enough. I am okay. I will get through this. Um, this is not the end because I know that it feels like the end for a lot of us. I be sitting here beating myself up in my head constantly because I look at like I have a tendency of looking at the past and where I was, and especially when things were going good. And then if things is not going good in the next season after, I'm looking like, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure out what happened or whatever. So I'm constantly putting myself down. So I had to learn to stop beating myself up in the head because every season is different. And I know for a fact that we go through seasons, we go through tests in seasons so that we can grow, honey. Like I said, this is what builds character, personalities. This is where you get your resilience at. This is where you get your creativity at, your wisdom, your knowledge, just everything that you need to sort in life, honey, comes with the start of self love. I want this word to be so powerful because you can get online and see that a lot of people have minimal self love for that stuff because they project, and what you project is exactly what you are. So if you're online projecting negativity, being nasty, mean, and rude, and downgrading other people, baby, you lack self love. And we're not even finna argue about it, sweetheart. And I'm gonna tell you one little simple thing to tell you that, I mean, to show you that this is true to what I am saying, right? I have self love for myself. So I don't feel the need to get online on social media. And if I'm finna coming up on somebody's stuff, I'm not finna talk about them if they're making bad choices. And I see a lot of people doing it. And I might not agree with said sin or whatever, but to get on there and see that people bash people so hard is cruel and unusual, baby. You lack self love because if you love yourself, you're not gonna feel the need to sit there and project anything on somebody that you don't want to feel yourself, honey. So you must hate yourself because that's what you're projecting. If you love yourself, you're gonna project love because this is all I project. Period. I want to see people happy, soaring, thriving. You know what I'm saying? I like to see people living in their truth, but doing it, you know what I'm saying, honestly, doing it with faith and being happy about it, you know what I'm saying? And feeling like they don't have to lie about anything and hide anything. And that's the biggest thing, shoot. You cannot hide things, especially from people with big discernment.
Picture this, cozying up with your thoughts wrapped in pure comfort. I need this hoodie. As someone who cherishes solitude, this Wild'n Wiff Tess Nem podcast hoodie, with its ultra soft fabric and oversized fit, is my go-to sanctuary. Don't miss out. Grab yours now at just $40.99 and turn everyday moments into peaceful retreats.
Another reason why self-love is so important is that it strengthens our relationships. How can we pour from an empty cup, right? If we don't love and take care of ourselves first, we end up putting unrealistic expectations on others to fill those gaps. Self-love helps us create healthier, more balanced connections with others. And this is what I was just speaking on, you know what I'm saying? To be able to have a healthy friendship or interaction with anybody, baby. And some self love has to be involved with you because what you look like, you know what I'm saying, knowing that you don't like yourself or you hate yourself or whatever it is that you're feeling inside for yourself, what do you look like? Okay, going out in public, for instance, say you go to a public restaurant and you go in for a burger. What do you look like being nasty with the person who is finna take your order, sweetheart? Why would you don't want to go up and show no meanness to somebody who had control over something that you're about to put into your body? So this is why I say that you need the self love so that you don't project any misery because sometimes that can come back on you, and that is just a prime example of one form of how it can come back on you. If you're gonna be nasty to people in the public area, that can be nasty back to you. So, you know what I'm saying? Avoid that at all costs, honey. Have the self love that you need, honey, so that you can rise above all the nastiness. Because let me tell you, it's really nasty on social media when I get on here and I be seeing people on here that be talking about folks' kids. Y'all are so nasty. And I get that y'all feel like the celebrities have more than you or something like that. And y'all be coming really, really hard on them. But at the end of the day, I see it like those people are still human too, just like we are, living in the same world, having the same experience. The only difference is they have the spotlight on them and we do not. Therefore, I don't feel like y'all should feel justifiable to get online and bash celebrities, anybody in general, especially people that you don't know. I mean, just because you have watched these people all your life, don't that does not mean that you know these people personally. If you ain't in their world personally, you still do not know them. I can show y'all millions of videos of me, but that still do not mean that you know me. You're only looking at 5 to 6 second trailers that are probably put together of somebody's life, and y'all like to run with that, and I don't like that. Like, stop doing that, man. That's why I say it's not enough self love in a lot of people, and everybody struggle with mental health. And when you get online, you can see who's struggling mentally, honey. Because like I said, you're nasty online. You are some rude, unkind, nasty ass heathens, and that's just what it is, honey. And I just want y'all to find the self love and discovery of Jesus, baby, because a lot of y'all need it. Y'all need him. um, Spiritual alignment for those of us on a spiritual journey. Self love aligns us with the idea that we are wonderfully made. I believe that anyway. I mean, I was created. Hello, just as we are. Even the Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. I just said that. Like, y'all need to show that same kindness online that you would show somebody if you saw them in public. Because some of y'all be having some fingers typing up stuff that you probably can't even produce your mouth to say, especially if you're in front of somebody. But you know, it's okay though. Y'all can do better, and I just want y'all to. Now, Mark 12, Mark chapter 12, verse 31. Y'all go read that verse so that you can get the understanding of the love y'all neighbor as you would yourself, so that we can embed that into us so that we can start showing up for people, honey, in a better way. Because the only way for everybody to get better is for everybody to start being nice. And the only way y'all asses is going to start being nice is if you start loving yourself. Start somewhere. That's all I'm saying. That's the point. That's the point. Start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Self love is beneficial to growth. Growth will get your ass up out the gutter. That's if you want to. And you might like where you at because some of y'all get comfortable and you sit there, and that's fine. Okay? But I ain't never been comfortable. I've been trying to wiggle out this shit for a long time. It ain't happy yet, but I still got faith, baby. And one day, y'all gonna sit here and say, "Oh, she was talking that," and then she leaving it. And baby, I can't wait till you get to that moment so that y'all can see God real. He very real. I have some practical steps to build self love for you guys, and I want everybody to try to pour this into like their daily um itinerary. You know what I'm saying? Let's take the times to focus on ourselves sometimes, even if it has to be 5 to 10 to 15, 20 minutes a day. if that's all that you get to yourself. Because I have conversations with a lot of people all the time. They have multiple jobs because the economy sucks like a motherfucker here. That's mentally draining for us as well. So you have multiple jobs, you have multiple hustles going on. And like I said, if you're a parent, you have multiple kids. And Lord, if you have more than one person that you had these babies with, you're all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So you have to find the time for yourself. You literally have to find the time for yourself. Positive self-talk is one of a practical step to build some self-love. Start by changing how you speak to yourself. Like I said, we can be mean to ourselves in our head because I know that I do. Replace those critical thoughts with affirmations of kindness and grace. It's a process, but it works wonders over time, and it does. Because once I get out of my head, I have to immediately go find me some positive affirmations and stuff. And I know that manifestation is real. And I know that this is real because I manifest a lot of stuff in my life that I have now. And honestly, I have everything to be grateful for. Even if I say that I'm not where the hell I want to be at right now, which it's okay. I don't know what the freaking goal is that I'm just looking for to feel satisfied. But I have a lot to be grateful for. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit here and say that I'm not happy about life because that's a lie. Because me and my kids, we wake up daily. My mom and my dad, they still waking up daily. Everybody is healthy. We're happy and we are trying to thrive. And so that is a beautiful thing. Trying to thrive out here. All right, y'all just bear with me. I'm having some connection issues tonight for some reason. I don't usually have these problems, but it is all right though. Okay, so setting boundaries. This is my favorite one because this is where I'm at in life right now. Yes. Another aspect of self love is learning to say no when needed and protecting your peace. When we overextend ourselves, we end up resentful and drained. Boundaries are an act of love. I can testify right here, right now, that baby, if I don't have the boundaries up and I'm just giving myself to everybody and I'm just pouring in their cups and pouring in their cups, honey, and I don't feel appreciated when I'm doing that, that shit right there is draining. So, yes, baby, you want to set some boundaries. You want to learn when to say no, especially because people do not show up the same way for you. So, yes, set those damn boundaries because that is very important for your mental health, baby. Self-care rituals, whether it's taking a moment to pray or meditate or do some yoga, exercise, go to the gym, play on the game, stroll on your cell phone, read a book. I don't know what you need to do, sweetheart, but whatever self-care ritual that you need, that you like to do, which is a hobby, basically, do that and just breathe deeply. Self care practices remind you that you are worth that time and effort, honey. And yes, when you take the time to take care of yourself, like going and get your hair done or your hair cut, going to shopping for some new clothes, shoes, and undergarments and stuff, that's self care rituals, honey, because you're showing yourself that you matter to take time out of the day to go do what you need to do for yourself to get the things that you need, baby. So yes, make sure that you are pouring into yourself because you can't pour into nobody else if you don't like yourself. I promise you. Trust me, I was at a point in my life so freaking low. I did not like myself, so I didn't show up for nobody, and I better could show up for my kids. And this shit gets hurtful when you sit here and you go back and you had them moments where thoughts pop up in your head, and you thinking about the times that you couldn't show up for your kids because you didn't even like yourself for that day. That's a funky ass feeling. So we're gonna come up out these funks, right, by doing the work. And I mentioned on another podcast segment about journaling, how we all need to start journaling. Even me need to start journaling our dreams because dreams play a very important part of our life in some kind of way. Even if you figured out how to connect the dots yet, or if you wake up and you don't remember your dreams, I heard that you can pray and ask God to help you with that as well. But journal your thoughts, journal your dreams, journal what makes you happy, journal what triggers your emotions, the raw ones. Just keep up with a lot of stuff so that you can learn some things about yourself, honey. This is self-care. In conclusion, self-love is a journey. It's not a one-time thing, but a continual practice of choosing yourself and your well-being and your peace. And by doing that, you find that you're better equipped to love others and live a more fulfilling life. Yes, baby. I love this self-love journey that I am on, honey, even when it comes with distancing with people that I do love, because they lack that tech that I need for us to be in good standing with each other. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna have my boundaries up, and even if people don't understand it, that's okay, honey, because I understand it, because there is some work probably inside of myself as well that I need to do. So I need the distance to do that, honey. I can't have distractions up when I know that I am freaking fighting myself mentally every single day. Every single day is a fight to be happy. Then yes, I don't want nobody around me at that time. Let me get myself together. Let me gather my thoughts. Let me pick myself back up, since I have fallen, okay, and I got to get myself back up, because I can't depend on too many people to do that, because they can come and they can caress you and give you kind words and thoughts and prayers and, oh, I'm thinking about you, woo, 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 but ain't nobody actually physically putting in this fucking help to help your ass come up out of this dark and sunken place. You have to do it yourself, okay? So just, man, just take the time to do the work. You know what I'm saying? Sure, man. And if you don't know how to do anything for yourself to get you to that place of self love and new self discovery, honey, just go to God. Like, please try Him. Try Him, man. When I started doing that, I started feeling a lot better about a lot of stuff. I used to be the type to goddamn swing fast and ask questions later. Now it's the other way around. Now I look at you blankly and won't say nothing to nobody, honey. You will argue with yourself. You will fight with yourself. I'm not even joining your ass in that misery. But at the end of the day, the boundary is separation for me. I just want us to be healthy, because if we can't be healthy human beings, we're not going to be able to give anything good to society, which we all know that everybody plays a fucking little minor role out here in society, honey. So if you're out here and you just a ugly, nasty person inside, you're not helping. You're part of the problem, and you're part of the reason why we want to eradicate certain laws that they got in place, because y'all be out here making idiotic decisions and stuff, because y'all lack self love, and y'all lack the other things too that we get into another time. But I just wanted to get on here and, you know what I'm saying, just say that the stress levels of the parents is something that has, you know what I'm saying, it's taking over how we operate. The mental health that we go through takes over how we operate, how we feel about ourselves, and everything. So it, honey, listen, to get back to you, to be the parent that you need to be able to show up for your child like you need to, you have to do this work for self. And I don't know what they look like. A lot of people turn to other negative things that I don't really want to get on here and bring up, because I believe in, if you put things out there in the atmosphere, it just gives somebody an idea. So I don't like to put bad ideas out there. But some people go down a dark road, and so this is to say it lightly. Some people go down a dark road, you know what I'm saying, when they're trying to balance out parenthood, their mental health, and finding self love and stuff. And so to not end up on a dark road, to not end up on the dark path, sweetheart, to be another beacon of light in this world, you have to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? You need to believe, and you need your faith. You know what I'm saying? You also need discernment, but I can't force nobody to believe any of this stuff or do any of this stuff. I can just get on here and highlight some of the things that we all face on a daily basis. And I could tell y'all how we can deal with this, how we can become better humans, and how we can spread more positivity into the world. Now, if y'all want to be horrible people, that's fine. Be horrible. Just stay the fuck away from me. But and don't take it out on innocent people either, because If you don't love yourself, and if you let take in a lot of things, honey, you would easily bruise many people along your path. Don't do that. Don't be that person. It's Do y'all see what's going on in the world today? It is so sad. I cry a lot, and it's like, man, I can't cry for everything in the world because I know that this stuff happens for a reason, and I know it sucks. I just want everybody to grow from it, honey. That's all. So yes, parents, it's okay. The stress levels will start coming down once them kids start getting out and start taking care of themselves. But until then, champ, I just want y'all to stay strong, keep your faith, and pray, 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 and do the work to love on you, baby. Whatever that looks like for you, take the time out and do that, honey. Go love on yourself. Shit, go kiss the mirror. Do whatever. Find some information. Meditate, yoga, jump rope. I don't care what it is, okay? She'll get you a glass of wine, roll up a blank, whatever it is for you. I'm not judging. If it's that other dark stuff, we praying for you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't judging you because everybody got their demons. I'm not judging you at all, but I'm praying for you. And I hope that y'all reach the level that y'all need to bring yourself up out of that dark pit. Now, until next time, baby, this will conclude my message for tonight. Thank you for joining another segment of Wild'n Wiff Tess Nem. I will be back on next week with some new topics for you guys because we about to get into it. I'm bringing some guests back too because I have some people with some amazing stories that I want y'all to listen to. Until then, you guys be easy. Let's pray, okay?